Exercise Tiger was the code name for a large-scale military rehearsal which took place 75 years ago ahead of the D-Day invasion of Normandy in 1944. Well, Robert Hall is at Slapton Sands in Devon this morning where a special ceremony is taking place. Robert, what more can you tell us about Exercise Tiger?
Yeah, good morning, you two. This is Slapton Sands. It's one of so many beautiful spots along the South Devon coast. If you'd been here in 1944, though, this whole area would have been very different. Every civilian was moved out. There were thousands of Americans based here, and they were taking part in what were, in effect, their final practice sessions before the D-Day landings in June. Exercise Tiger was one of the biggest practice sessions or exercises, but as you are about to hear, it ended in tragedy.
Slapton Sands, popular today as a nature reserve, but 75 years ago the setting for a dress rehearsal, which went disastrously wrong. In 1944, Allied commanders matched this wide bay with the beach in Normandy, codenamed Utah. Slapton's geography was perfect for landing craft, tanks and thousands of troops to practice their assault on Hitler's Atlantic Wall. The exercises were held in total secrecy. Residents from every nearby village had been moved from their homes.
They had 6 weeks to move out of the area.
Pam Hill remembers the day she was filmed watching the removal men loading her family's furniture into lorries as the first Americans arrived. She also remembers an April morning when rumours began to spread that something very bad had happened out at sea.
They knew something had happened because the father remembers seeing all the ambulances going up the line here. So they knew there was quite a lot of injury.
As 8 huge tank landing craft made their way in convoy towards the beach, they'd been attacked by German E-boats armed with torpedoes. 2 American vessels were sunk, 2 more badly damaged. Official figures at the time rose to well over 700. Many bodies washed ashore along the south coast, but dozens more were never found.
It's moving to stand there and look out at the English Channel and think about where my uncle's body lay.
Was his body ever found?
No, he's still in the ship.
For decades, no one knew what had happened here, partly due to the security around the D-Day landings. But this weekend, families have crossed the Atlantic to remember young men lost in the grey waters of the English Channel.
My dad described the water as he jumped in on fire.
Annelle Reynolds' father was badly injured, but he survived. She's brought his uniform to be placed in a local museum.
I feel now that meeting with these people, that it was a shame that these men did not get recognition through their lives.
Every visitor pays tribute to Dean Small and his local volunteers. Dean's father raised the sunken Sherman tank, which now forms a permanent memorial.
We had the incredible sacrifice that the local people made to give up their home and their land, and at the same time this horrendous disaster that took so many young lives.
On the beach below, 749 sets of boot prints, a powerful way to remind us of a loss of life which far exceeded the figure on the real Utah beach just over a month later.
Well, those footprints, those boot prints were, as it were, a dress rehearsal. Now they're being laid out for real. And the man who thought up the whole idea is Martin Barrold, who's here. Martin, where did it come from? How did you get this thought?
Well, I was asked by our charity, Remembered, to think about how we could reflect on this disaster that happened exactly 75 years ago. And I was inspired by the pictures of the men running down the amphibious craft into the open ocean, into the unknown. And I wanted to create something that was there but not there. The people, you can see footprints. I want people to think about that, and I want to inspire them by appealing to their senses, to look at the feet, to think of them here but not there, to look at the ocean, deep and cold, and to listen to the waves, and through that, get the feeling for these poor individuals.
Now, in a way, we're in the beginning of the run-up to the D-Day commemorations. Are you going to repeat this exercise on the other side of the channel?
Yes, we hope to take it through towards D-Day, up through the water and up the other side come the 6th of June.
Now, remembered, or there but not there, we sort of remember that because you've got that figure behind you there.
Yeah.
A lot of people will remember those from the First World War commemorations, 18 months or so ago. That was all about getting into the communities. This is an installation a lot of people here today will be fascinated by it and made thoughtful by it. How do you then get this period of commemoration into the public perception?
You're quite right. The communities got behind the Tommy campaign, the There But Not There campaign last year, in an incredible way. And we hope that they too will reflect on the 22,763 British and Commonwealth individuals who never returned. And we've created this beautiful plaque, which actually has a name for each of those individuals. And we put them on our website, therebutnotthere.org.uk. And we hope that everyone will cherish having one of these on their mantelpiece at home.
Get these individuals, as it were, into communities, just like last time.
Absolutely, to get the whole nation behind these individuals that never returned, these men and women, these brave men and women, so many that never saw their front door again.
Martin, you've got so many footprints still to lay, so I'll leave you with it. Thank you very much indeed. And that's it from Slapton Sands for now, but that commemoration ceremony will take place at the other end of the beach. You saw the tank in my report early this afternoon, about 2:30, and we hope to bring you pictures of that here on BBC News later on today.
We look forward to it.